If you really know and believe that something is right, is true, aren't you more likely to respond and live in such a way that is reflective of that, that you're living with conviction and belief and action in what you do? And I think when we look at the book of Amos, we're going to be going into chapter 3 this coming Sunday, and I want to encourage you to read chapter 3 before we gather on Sunday morning for worship. But as you go in through the book of Amos, we see and understand, and of course, taking it with the whole of Scripture, taking it with the whole of human history, taking it with the whole of our own experience, recognizing that God is true, that God is right, that God is reliable. And that, of course, is true also of his justice. And on Sunday, we're going to be talking about that as we look at chapter 3, how God's justice is right. And so, because of that, I'm going to challenge you, if you can join us on Sunday morning, that you would live by action and not by excuses. It's so easy to live by excuses, to make excuses, to have excuses for why we don't do things or why we do things or why we live in such a way. And yet the reality is we need to live by action. We're called to live by action. And so I'm going to challenge you with that on Sunday as we think about the justice of God and how his justice is right. And so let's live by action. Let's not make excuses, but rather let's live by action. And so we're going to talk about a few necessary actions for believers. If you believe in God, if you follow God, if you serve God, what should we do? How should we act? And so I hope you'll join us Sunday morning at 9 o'clock for our prayer gathering, at 9:30 for our family groups, and then at 10:40 for our worship celebration as we think through how do we live by action and not by excuses.